Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Haribol, Haribol, Nita Gora Haribol, Nita Gora Haribol. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtatara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Acharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtatara Shata Shri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिर गोवर्धन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, मथुरा धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, गंगा माया की जय, यमुना माया की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय, बृहत मृदंगा की जय, ISKCON Zurich Nirjagannathapuरी धाम की जय, समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय, Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shisha Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are reading today Srimad Bhagavatam, fifth canto, chapter 20, verses 29-33. I will try to read also Sanskrit and then translation. Evam eva dadhi mandadat paratah Pushka dvipastato dvigunaya manaich samantata upakalpitach samanyanam svadudhakena samudrina bahir avrito yasmin brihat pushkaram jival shikhamala kanaka putra yuta yutam bhagavatach kamala shanasya dyasyanam parikalpitam. Translation of His Divine Grace, Acharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Outside the ocean of yogurt is another island known as Pushkara Dvipa, which is 6,400,000 yojans. It's 51,200,000 miles wide, twice as wide as the ocean of yogurt. It is surrounded by an ocean of very tasty water, as broad as the island itself. On Pushkara Dvipa there is a great lotus flower with 100 million pure golden petals, as effulgent as the flames of fire. That lotus flower is considered the sitting place of Lord Brahma, who is the most powerful living being and who is therefore sometimes called Bhagavan. Text 5:20-30. Tadvipamanye manashottara namaika varvachina parachina varshayoh Maryada cho yuta yujjano charaya yamo yatratu Chatarshro diksha chatvari purani lokapalanam Indradinam yat upashrishtamt surya ratasya mirum Pari brumach sambhavatsaratmakam chakram devanam ahoradhabhyam paribhramati. Translation. In the middle of this island is a great mountain named Manashottara, which forms the boundary between the inner side and the outer side of the island. Its breadth and height are 10,000 yojans, 80,000 miles. On the mountain in the four directions are the residential quarters of demigods such as Indra. In the chariot of the sun god and the sun travels on the top of the mountain in the orbit called the Samvatsara, inclined in Mountain Meru. The sun pass of the northern side is called Uttarayana, and its pass on the southern side is called Dakshinayana. One side represents a day and for the demigods, and the other represents their night. Purport of His Divine Grace Achyuta Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The movement of the sun is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita 552. Yasya Gyanya Brahmati Sambrahma Kala Chakrah. The sun orbits around Mountain Sumeru for 6 months on the northern side and for 6 months on the southern. This adds up to the duration of the day and night of the demigods is the upper planetary system. Next verse. Tadvipasyapi adhi patih priyavaro vitiharo Namaitasyaatma janau ramanakadhataki namanau varshapati niyujaya sasvayam purva javad bhagavat karma shila evastem. The ruler of the island, the son of Maharaja Priyavrata, named Vitihotra, who had 2 sons named Ramanaka and Dhataki. He granted the 2 sides of the island of these 2 sons, and then personally engaged himself in activities for the Sheikh of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like the elder brother Medhatidhi. Tatvarsha purva bhagavantam brahma rupinam sakarmakena karmana rudhayantidam chada haranti. For the fulfillment of material desires, the inhabitants of the tract of land worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead as represented by Lord Brahma. They offer prayers to the Lord as follows. And now we start to read verse that is written on the board. So I will read and then we will chant it together. Yattat karma mayam lingam brahma lingam yanochayet ekantam advayam shantam tasmai bhagavate namaiti. So we will read line by line and then I will ask you to repeat. Yattat karma mayam lingam Yattat karma mayam lingam Brahma lingam janorchayet Brahma lingam janorchayet Ekantam advayam shantam Ekantam advayam shantam Tasmai bhavate namaiti Tasmai bhagavate namaiti Yattat karma mayam lingam Brahma lingam janorchayet Mayam lingam Brahma lingam janorchayet Ekantam advayam shantam tasmai bhagavate namaiti. Does somebody want to chant?
Yattat karma mayam lingam Brahmalingam janurchayet
Brahmalingam janocayet
Ekantam advayam shantam
Ekantam advayam shantam
Tasmai bhagavate nama iti
Tasmai bhagavate nama iti Yatat karma mayam lingam Brahmalingam janocayet Ekantam advayam shantam Tasmai bhagavate nama iti Yatat karma mayam lingam Brahmalingam janocayet Ekantam advayam shantam Tasmai bhagavate nama iti. Thank you very much. Word by word translation. Yat, which, tat, that, karma mayam, obtains by the Vedic ritualistic system, obtainable by lingam, the form, Brahma lingam, which makes known the Supreme Brahman, Janah, a person, Archayet, must worship, Ekantam, who has full faith in the One Supreme, Advayam, non-different, Shantam, peaceful, Tasmai, unto him, Bhagavate, the most powerful, Namaham, our respects, Iti, thus. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Acharya Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Lord Brahma is known as Karma Maya, the form of ritualistic ceremonies, because by performing ritualistic ceremonies one may attain his position, and because the Vedic ritualistic hymns become manifest from him. He is devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead without deviation, and therefore, in one sense, he is not different from the Lord. Nevertheless, he should be worshipped not as a monist worship him, but in duality. One should always remain a servitor of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Worshipable Deity. We therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto Lord Brahma, the form of manifest Vedic knowledge. Purport. In the verse, the word karma mayam, obtainable by the Vedic ritualistic system, is significant. The Vedas say, Swadharma nishtaya sata janabhih puranam virincham iti. One who strictly follows the principles of Varnashrama Dharma for the least 100 births will be rewarded as the post of Lord Brahma. It is also significant that also Lord Brahma is extremely powerful. He never thinks himself one with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He always knows that he is the eternal servitor of the Lord. Because the Lord and the servant are identical on the spiritual platform, Brahma is herein addressed as Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. But if a devotee serves him with the full faith, the meaning of the Vedic literature is revealed to him. Therefore, Brahma is called Brahma Linga, which indicates that his entire form consists of Vedic knowledge.
Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamadhyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunattham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, one time again verse. The Lord Brahma is known as Karma Maya as a form of ritualistic ceremonies because by performing ritualistic ceremonies one may attain the position and because the Vedic ritualistic hymns become manifest from him. He is devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead without deviation, and therefore, in one sense, he is not different from the Lord. Nevertheless, he should be worshipped not as the monists worship him, but in duality. One should always remain a servitor of the Lord, Supreme Lord, the Supreme Worshipable Deity. We therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto Lord Brahma, the form of manifest Vedic knowledge. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, first of all, I want to ask your blessing to say something meaningful for our purification and to be instrument in the hands of the Guru Parampara. So today also is very significant day because today is appearance day of His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the spiritual master of our Srila Prabhupada. And I listened to a lecture that Srila Prabhupada gave on appearance day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he explained meaning of Vyasa Puja. Why do we celebrate Vyasa Puja of spiritual master? He explains that we cannot attain Krishna directly. We need guidance, and we need person who will give us Krishna, who has connection with Krishna and who can also explain us the science of Krishna consciousness. And in one of the lecture, Srila Prabhupada says that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is Gaura Shakti. So he is empowered by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for this Sankirtana movement that is in whole world by the grace of Srila Prabhupada now. And it was an original desire of Mahaprabhu, and then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who prayed to Lord Chaitanya to send his person, a quote from Srila Prabhupada that you kindly send some of your personal stuff who can start this, with who I can start this movement. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, it's not original, it's not ordinary person, it's man of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who was sent here on the as answer for the prayer of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And today is special day because today is his Vyasa Puja, and in appearance and disappearance day, personalities, they are very merciful. And in one letter to Brahmananda, which I really like and want to share with you, Srila Prabhupada wrote such words. He writes, I pray always to Krishna for your all-round welfare. You have got a nice temple by the grace of my spiritual master. It is very encouraging to me. You should always pray to his divine grace because naturally he will be more affectionate to you than to me. Generally, it is more. Generally, one is more affectionate to the grandchildren than to children directly. So I'm sure that my Guru Maharaj will be easily inclined to your prayers than to mine. You will do good always by offering your prayers to His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj. So today we can also use this opportunity and offer our humble prayers to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to fulfill his desire and help somehow in this mission of Sankirtana movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I find it's very nice that we have Harinam today because we can join Harinam in this mood that it's offering for Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as gratitude for everything that we have now. So don't skip it and join also someone who may be listening in broadcast. And also today is one more important event. Today is departure day of Purushottama Das. I read a little bit about this great personality. It's a Vaishnava saint who lived in the first part of 16th century. He was one of associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was one of the closest associate of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. He belonged to the group of Dvadasha Gopalas. It's 12 cowherd boys. It's a group of 12 saints of 16th century, close associates of Nityananda Prabhu, who descended, who distributed teaching of Lord Chaitanya in whole Bengali. They are considered as an entire Krishna's associate, cowherd boys, who came on the earth to help in the preaching mission. And in Krishna Lila, Purushottama Das called as cowherd boy Dama. It's his biography a little bit described in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 11:38-40. Also in Chaitanya Bhagavata Antilila 5:741-42. And also Gaura Ganadesha Deepika, verse 156. It's if you want to read. And now we will start discussion of our today verses. Now we are reading 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and chapter 20 about universe, different parts of universe. And I want to describe context little bit of these verses that we are reading today. So in the beginning of first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we read story about King Priyavrata. It's a great devotee of the Lord Krishna, and he was a great ruler of the universe. And one time he was dissatisfied with the with sun god, because when sun god I will read verse. King Priyavrata once became dissatisfied with the circumambulation of the most powerful sun god. Encircling Sumeru hill on the chariot, the sun god illuminates all the surrounding planetary system. However, when the sun is on the northern side of the hill, the south receives less light, and when the sun is in the south, the north receives less. King Priyavrata disliked this situation and therefore decided to make daylight in the part of the universe where there was night. He followed the orbit of the sun god on a brilliant chariot and thus fulfilled his desire. He could perform such wonderful activities because of the power he had achieved by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he decided to change this position with enlightenment of different parts of the universe, and therefore he, with his chariot, he followed the orbit of the sun god. And when Priyavrata draws his chariot behind the sun, the rims of the chariot wheels created impressions that later become 7 oceans, dividing the planetary system known as Bhumandala into 7 islands. So in this way, when he was followed this orbit of the sun god, he created 7 parts of the universe, and this is called as Bhumandala. Then he had 7 sons, and every of his sons had also 7 sons. So every of this part of universe was ruled by one of son of Priyavrata. And in each part of this part of universe, they worshipped to one demigod, but it was not like separately demigod from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they understood that this is representative of the Supreme God. And we can, in this chapter, 20 chapter of 5th canto, before these verses that we read today, it was described in which planet which demigod is worshipped. So we can quickly remember. On Jambudvipa, people worship. Jambudvipa is area where we live, so people can worship here to the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. And all demigods and inhabitants of other planets, they want to take birth here on Jambudvipa for this purpose. On other parts of the universe, other planets called as Plakshadvipa, they worship to the sun god Surya. On Shalmadvipa, they worship to the moon god Chandra. Now, on Kushadvipa, they worship fire god Agni. On Kraunadvipa, they worship to the water god Varuna. On Shakadvipa, they worship to god of wind Vayu, and on Pushkaradvipa, they worship to Brahma. And today we read about this last planet or part of the universe where a living entity worship to Brahma. And also it's significant that all inhabitants of all of these planets, they offer their prayers to this demigod with understanding that this demigod is just representative of Lord Vishnu. I also listened lecture of Mataji Rasagya Radhika that he gave yesterday, and I liked a few moments, especially that she made. She said that all this description of planetary system and geographic, it's given not because of this, but because of devotion and understanding that we cannot understand all these things by our mind, and we need to take shelter from Krishna. Because when we read these verses, difficult verses about universe construction and all these numbers, everything, we can understand that it's beyond our understanding. So, best of all, to take shelter from Krishna in form of Harikatha and Harikirtan and make our life perfect in an easy way. Because Lord Chaitanya, Srila Prabhupada gave us very easy process that we can do, and we can come back home, back to Godhead in one life if we sincerely follow the process. And what is the process? Process is to associate with devotees, to listen about Krishna in association of devotees, and to chant Krishna's holy name. And in this way we will purify our consciousness, and our love and attachment to Krishna will develop, and in such way we can be not anymore attached to this material world and to become attached to Krishna, and in such way come back home. Yes, so, and these prayers that inhabitants of different planets offer to demigods, they are interesting for me also because they represent some aspects of the Supreme Lord. Because Krishna, He is source of everything, He is source of all qualities, and all other demigods or people or everyone who we can see or appreciate, they have Krishna's qualities. So this everything good that we see around us, it's only some sparkle of Krishna beauty, and this appreciation of these demigods, they have also some qualities for which people worship them, but all these qualities originally are in Krishna. So when we are reading these prayers of different inhabitants of different parts of the universe, we can see some qualities from Krishna that he has and that we can also appreciate. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya ki jai, Shri Gaura ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. And so I want to read these prayers, so you can also try to fix in mind some qualities. So on Plakashadvipa, inhabitants worship to the Supreme Lord Surya, and they offer such prayers. Let us take shelter of the Sun God, who is a reflection of Lord Vishnu, the all-expanding Supreme Personality of Godhead, the oldest and all persons. Vishnu is only worshipable Lord. He is the Vedas, He is religion, and He is origin of all auspicious and inauspicious results. So, in this verse, which qualities of Krishna can we find? Did somebody remember something from this verse? These prayers? I read prayer, and in this prayer, inhabitants, they glorify some qualities of demigod, and these qualities, they represent some also Krishna quality. So, for example, let us take shelter of the sun god, who is reflection of Lord Vishnu, one, the all-expanding Supreme Lord, personality of Godhead. So it means all-expanding, that He is unlimited. It's like, and you can see this quality of Krishna in these words. This is quality of Sun God, but also you can understand that it's Krishna's quality. So Krishna is also all-expanding. Sun God is all-expanding, and Krishna also all-expanding. And also next quality, the oldest of all persons. So it's also, I heard today in Prabhupada's lecture, he named it Purana Purusham. So it's in Brahma Samhita also Krishna. Brahma calls Krishna Purana Purusha, so it means the oldest of the all persons. And yes, and now I will read next prayers, and we can play in such a game. You can try to find some qualities of Krishna, and we can try to meditate a little bit on this and discuss. So, by his own, it's prayers of inhabitants of who worship to the Chandra, the demigod of the moon. By his own rays, the moon god is divided the moon into two forenights known as Shakla and Krishna. For the distributing the food grains on the Pitas and the demigods. The demigods of the moon is who divided time and who is the king of all the residents of the universe. We therefore pray that he may remain our king and guide, and we offer him our respectful obeisances. So, which qualities can you remember? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also the Supreme Lord, the King.
Yeah, I also wrote these two qualities. So he sets the count of time and he rules over the entire universe. Or in Sanskrit we can call it Kalakrit and Ishvara. I think so. Next prayer. A fire god, you are the part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, and you carry to him all the offerings of sacrifices. Therefore, we request you to offer the Supreme Personality of Godhead the yajic ingredients, and we are offering the demigods, for the Lord is the real enjoyer. Yes, and we know this verse from Bhagavad Gita also, that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. And next prayer, O water of the rivers, you have obtained energy from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you purify the three planetary system known as Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, and Svarloka. By your consistent nature, you take away sins that is why attaching you. Kindly continue to purify us. Yes, these two qualities. So purity, purifying, and also takes away sins by touching him. And I remember in Bhagavad Gita, in introduction, Srila Prabhupada writes also different names of Krishna, and one of these names is Purna. Also purifying, Pavitram, yeah? And also, it's interesting that we becoming in contact with Krishna name or Krishna pastime, everything that connected with Krishna, we purify ourself, our consciousness. So even when we listen these all different pastimes of Krishna that looking like not moral, but when we are getting in contact with them and when we listen from right source, then it's purify our consciousness. And two more prayers. One, O Supreme Person situated in the Super Soul within the body, you direct the various actions of the different airs, such as prana, and thus you maintain all living entities. O Lord, O Supreme of everyone, O Controller of cosmic creation, under whom everything exists, may you protect us from all dangers.
Controls all the energies.
Did you remember that? Okay, so I saw in these verses two qualities. First is maintain of all living entities, omnipresent, and also they are asking about protection. So he's protector also from all the dangers. Yeah, and the last one today verse, it's Lord Brahma is known as Karma Maya, the form of ritualistic ceremonies, because by performing ritualistic ceremonies one may attain his position, and because the Vedic ritualistic hymns become manifest from him. He is devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead without deviation, and therefore is one sense he is not different from the Lord. Nevertheless, he should be worshipped not as the monists worship him, but in duality. One should always remain a servitor of the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Worshipable Deity. We therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto Lord Brahma, the form of manifest Vedic knowledge. Yes, and also this manifestation of Vedic knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita, we know also this name of Krishna, Vedavid. Yeah. And therefore, this is very nice prayers on which we can meditate. And also, except of these qualities, we can think about the demigods give us a lot of benediction, and that we completely surrender, completely dependent on the this power and everything that demigods give to us. But all of this they give not by themselves, but because of Krishna. Krishna is standing behind of all the demigods, and everything that we receive in our life, it's because of Krishna will. And we need to understand Krishna's position, surrender unto him and be grateful, trying to use everything that we have in service to Krishna and not waste time and this human form of life. And also Lord Brahma, if we remember our today verses, Lord Brahma, he is not independent, he by himself worship to Lord Krishna, and every morning we sing nice prayers to Krishna that were pronounced by Lord Brahma in Brahma Samhita. And I want to read a translation of these nice verses just to remember one more time to who Brahma worship and to who we worship as followers of Brahma, Gaudiya, Madhava Sampradaya. I worship tu Venum Kvanantam Aravindam Dalayataksham Brahavatamsham Ashitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpa Kotika Maniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with a peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. Anganiyasya kalendriya vriti manti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram rejanti ananda chinmaya sat ujvala vigrahasya govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantially, and is thus full of most gazing splendor. Each of the limbs of transcendental feature possess in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universe, both spiritual and mundane. So, conclusion. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Demigods are part manifestation of Krishna's qualities and glories. There are many different things for we can be grateful to demigods and to Krishna, because Krishna is standing behind of all demigods and all nice qualities, beauty, and everything fine, good that we see in this material world. Also, we need to understand Krishna's position and try to serve Krishna back as answer to his kindness to us, and try to give back some love to him, and don't waste time in this form of human being. And also Jambudvipa, it's a place where we can we don't need to worship to demigods. We can worship to Krishna directly, and many demigods and inhabitants of different planets, they want to take birth here to have these opportunities that we have now. So we need to really appreciate everything that was already given us by the grace of pure devotees, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Parampara, by the will of Lord Chaitanya to find us in these Western countries and to give us this holy name that can give us this perfection of life in very, very quickly time. And so we just need to be grateful and to make some small service to them, and join Harinam in the glory of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Purushottam Das, and try to help others also to become Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much for listening. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Yeah. If you, it's not time, but I can stay if you want.
Okay, just one quick question. In text 33,
Yeah.
Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that the servant and the served, they are the same on the spiritual platform. I don't really understand, because then he said that we should not worship the demigods and directly worship the Supreme Lord. But why do they worship on the other planets as well, the demigods? It's kind of contradictory, you know.
I listened to yesterday lecture from Mataji Rasagya Radhika, and as I understood, I'm not scholar also, but as I understood, here is a different combination of gunas and of material nature. Therefore, according to these gunas, living entity get birth on some planets that is according to these gunas. And like in Satya Yuga, they have, or in Dwapara, in Treta Yuga, every time period has some prescribed duties. Like you will follow this process and you will get purification and you will get perfection in this way. So in these verses that we read, in commentary, Srila Prabhupada says that when they worship to these demigods, they understand that it's representatives of Krishna, and in such way they attain also purification and Krishna consciousness.
It's kind of the duty that they have to worship the demigods.
Yes, so it's their prescribed process, as I understand. Do you want to say something, Lady Keshava?
Well, I mean, the gopis also, they worship the demigods,
Yeah.
Katyayani, to be Krishna as their husband, or Rukmini, she was worshipping also, Uma, to be Krishna for her husband. So when it's for, it depends, and devotee worships a demigod to serve Krishna.
But on the spiritual platform, like everybody's equal then, or why did Prabhupada said that the servant and the served are identical on the spiritual platform?
Yes, spiritual platform will be identical. Qualitatively. Quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Irina Mataji ki jai. I really like also that you took today, I mean, something to meditate on, for example, for Harinam. And today's fasting at evening, right?
Yeah.
So what was, I mean, what was Vyasa Puja's temple?
It's glorifying this parampara principle that appreciate everything that we get and glorify Krishna in this way. When we glorify Guru, then Guru is representative of Krishna. Like these demigods, like they are servants of Krishna and they are equal in some way with Krishna. And therefore, when these people they worship these demigods, they purify and become perfection. And also when we worship the Guru, it's in such way like we see that it's not Guru by himself, but it's Krishna representative. And when we worship the Guru, then we worship to Krishna. And we cannot go directly to Krishna. The process is so that we need this connection through Guru to Krishna, because Krishna wants this.
Okay.
So it's also like prescribed process for us to worship the Guru.
The Guru. And how do you usually, for example, today, how do they worship the Guru? Is it like by the prayers that
Yes, today we can pray to Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur about service, about become instrument in his hands for distributing this mission, to meditate on just when we remember in Chaitanya Charitamrita here is one verse that inspired me last time, and here is stated that when we just remember Guru and Shastra, then we ask for blessing in such way. So when we just think about person like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, what can we do? We don't have his lectures, but we can read some books. Here's a lot of books of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. We can read his Vani, like his instructions, something that was important for me to try to remember or to meditate on this, how is it practical for me. And also to listen Prabhupada's lecture, because in Prabhupada's lecture he revealed this personality for us from his heart, and it's even more significant for me personally when I listen to Prabhupada's lecture, that everything comes from Prabhupada for me. And what can we also do? For example, we can make service today in the mood that it's some gift for Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur from me. For example, today I didn't change japa, I just was sitting and reading whole Mangala, whole Japa time, this verses in Sanskrit, because it is written in prose, and it's difficult Sanskrit and long verse, and I spent whole 1.5 hour for this. But I was sitting in front of my video Prabhupada and I was thinking, oh, it's my present from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur that I want to read all this Sanskrit for his pleasure. Like, because I know that this is given, this is written, and like, to skip it, it's one level, but we can also use this opportunity and to listen to some vibration, even if it's not perfect, like in my pronunciation.
It's a great sacrifice, actually.
Yeah, but you just like you understand that you're insignificant, and you try your best, but like result doesn't depend on you. You just offer your humble offering, and like it's your attempt. And in such way, we can establish relationship with personalities. When we think about them, when we meditate on them, when we pray to them, and when we try to do something for them.
Oh, wow, it's something very beautiful to meditate on. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your
Very
questions.
nice. No, I feel I'm always annoyed with that question, especially.
Because we are all not doers, we are all servants of this sound vibration, and like your service to ask questions, and it's like service, and my service to answer you, but I answer not through me, but I also
I mean, also this question.
this question came to
Yeah.
you from Krishna, and this answer came to me from Krishna, and we with you, like Irina and Dali, we just souls who are sitting and listening to this vibration.
Yes.
We are not
It's
doing
just like we are an
anything.
instrument, actually. Because
Yes.
sometimes I also, should I ask this? But then, as you said, that okay, Krishna has given me this question, I should ask.
And we
Because
just
it's like
just taking in contact with this vibration,
Yeah.
like to purify our consciousness. And therefore, thank you for provoking.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, very nice lecture. And also, it seems that you prepared a lot as well.
Yeah.
busy. I have to anyway, you're busy. Thank you, dear. Thank you for Sharon, right?
No, you're not calling yet.
No, I have to.
You don't see, and then
They can just leave them. I think it's down.
yeah, I know.
And today I think they fast.
They
so
made us warm, but they made a what an amazing breakfast. They made really.
amazing. Okay, see you
Yeah.
after.
Daria, I know that you're doing with service today, so the water tank container from humidifier is totally empty. I don't know what is the reason, so this is a new humidifier. But I
Oh,
would
you mean
like-
the big water tank?
no, the humidifier.
But usually you just fill it up.
Yeah, but now it's fully empty. And
Okay,
it's
we'll-
not, just I would like to ask you in priority to start your summer with filling the just from the water tank.
Yeah, I mean I always.
Yeah, it's just I wrote to Anna because she was doing the service yesterday, and the problem is that there are two possibilities. Either it goes super fast
Yeah.
through, or she forgot to fill it yesterday. So yeah, we shouldn't forget because otherwise we will have the same problem.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank